Hello and welcome to Pushing Cardboard. Today we're doing another unboxing. Today it's France 40 from Mark Simonitch in GMT Games. This is the one that it has. It's a reprint, or I think it's a slightly updated version. Simonitch had this game out years ago, and I think rather than doing a straight reprint, they did a bit of an update. And it notes that there's two games inside: Sickle Cut, Guderian's Drive to the Channel, and Dynamo, Retreat to Victory. So two games for one in this box. It's your standard old bookshelf game size box. Complexity 5, solitaire suitability 5. I never played the original of this, so I'm not sure if this is the this is Simonitch's sort of the Zockbond style game or not. I'm going to guess it is, given that France 40 sort of fits in with all his other 41, 42, 43 type games. Anyway, let's open it up and see what it looks like. It says on the back here that there's the second edition includes a new 2-map scenario, 10 new units, and an improved order of battle for both players. Many modifications to the rules and charts. So, completely new game in many ways, then it would seem. And well, we'll have a look. Standard GMT baggies, 6-sided dice. Here's the rules. The rules do not feel heavy at all. This is it's only a 24-page rule book. It's standard GMT style in that it's matte, full color, lots of examples here. Oh, and yeah, it is Zockbonds. Here we go. So this definitely is. I thought it was one in the Zockbond system, and it obviously is. Yeah, this is not a ton of rules. We have 18 pages of rules, and then we get the scenarios. So we have the Sickle Cut scenario and the Dynamo scenario. There we go. Well, that's the rule book. Fairly nice and slim. A playbook for both of these games. An extended example of play for Sickle Cut. Some notes on the first edition and the second edition. So, I guess notes on what the differences are between the two editions, perhaps. Some notes on the new order of battle. Some situation maps from 1940, I imagine. Well, this is very cool. He's sharing his research with us here. And then something about a combined game here, where you put the two maps together. I guess they sort of overlap slightly. And some notes on that as well. So there we go. Oh, here we go. I always love Simonitch's games for this. He does a great his order of battle, his setup cards. That's the phrase I'm looking for. He does great setup cards where he shows you all the units, tells you where they go, and if this is like many of his other games, the units that start on turn 1 will have a 1 on them, start on turn 2 will have a 2, and the units that start on the board will have a hex ID or an area ID right there. So anyway, this is German at start and reinforcement card for Sickle Cut on one side and Dynamo on the other. Similarly, we have Allied at start and reinforcement for Sickle Cut and Dynamo. And then we have 2 copies of the player aid card. It's a full-size fold-out. We've got a combat results table, which will be probably fairly familiar to those guys that have played a ton of the Zockbond series. expanded sequence of play, a few other small charts, and then the terrain effects chart in the back. And there's just a second copy of that. Oh, the counters. One of the great things about Mark Simonitch's designs is he gets to, I assume he gets to design his own counters and maps too, as he's a graphic artist. He's done that work for lots of other games, of course, for other people. So I always like his counters. They're so clear and clean, so easy to see what's important. Even these ones that have a fair bit of color on them, which could be too busy, but they're just right on the edge. You can still totally understand what's going on with them. And there's the reverse step down side. I assume it's step down side. Yeah, it is. So that's one sheet, and a second sheet of counters. This has got, looks like there's a few, is that Belgian units? I think maybe those are the British units. There we go. And then finally the two maps. I think there is a mounted map possibility for this game as well. There usually are. I didn't go for the mounted map, but so this is the sickle cut map. This is, even if I zoom out, we're not going to see all of it. So you can see it's a pretty beautiful map, though. I mean, the detail is great. Easy to tell. The rivers follow the hex spines. The roads and the rails go down the middle. The trees don't go out. The woods don't go outside of the hexes. It's totally functional and good looking at the same time. I'll zoom out. We'll see how much of it you can see at once. But yeah, that's most of it. So that's the sickle cut map, and this one is going to be more the top northwest corner of France, I think. Yeah, here we go. So we're seeing Calais over here, and then Dunkirk, where the evacuation will eventually take place. Again, same thing, just really good looking map. He does some of the best maps in the business as far as I'm concerned. So there we go. That's everything that's everything that comes in the box for France 40 from GMT. It's a good looking cover as well. It'll be interesting to see how this plays, and it'll be interesting to hear from folks who've played the first edition and see what they think of the changes to this second edition. Thanks for watching. I'm Grant Lindenberg. You've been tuned in to Pushing Cardboard. Please drop by the website sometime, pushingcardboard.com, and check out the podcast. Thanks again.